Local News 8 at 6. Local people, local news.
Good evening, everyone. Students and teachers at Emerson Alternative High School are celebrating the completion of their $2.1 million renovations. The upgrades to the school are not only changing the looks, but they're helping to change the reputation. Local News 8's Esme Carriega spoke to a couple of students who say they are now proud to go to Emerson and look forward to learning. Esme.
Jay, the kids told me that they used to refer to the school as the ghetto school. Now the school has invested bond money and has made it a better place for kids to learn.
Looked really old on the inside, and that's really what it was. So we called it ghetto.
Remodeling will help kids change their outlook.
Not going to feel so down. They're not going to, I don't know, be so ashamed to say that they go to Emerson, I guess, and that's a really good thing.
The principal agrees that alternative schools get a bad rap.
And they know they wanted to change because sometimes alternative students view it as problems.
The school was built in the 1920s and started out as an elementary school. They didn't have proper heating and AC. Now they've installed efficient heating and air systems. The school is also one of the first in the district to have LED lighting. Care was taken to preserve the history of the building.
And spruced it up but retained the historic features.
One student says she's getting a world-class education.
It's going to help the morale of the students because it's actually, they're going to feel like that money's putting towards their education. They're not just forgotten about. They're not just the troubled kids.
Now the school is not quite complete. They still have lockers to install, and they have to add a couple more finishing touches to get it all set. Reporting from the studio, I'm Esme Carriega.
Thanks, Esme. And if you want to see the renovations, an open house will be held on November 3rd. Time now to check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Michael Coates with a look at our weather. Michael, we got a lot of rain overnight, didn't we?
Yeah, we got quite a bit of rain. In fact, close to 3/10 of an inch just here at our weather station at the station, and around the airport about 1/4 of an inch, and around the southern and southeastern highlands over at 1/2 inch, many reporting stations. So some good moisture coming down here. Josh Packer just sent this photo in. Double rainbow in Idaho Falls. Lots of folks seeing a rainbow today with the sun mixing with the cloud cover and those scattered showers heading off into the upper valley. Pocatello Farm Bureau Cam, we are looking at some cloud cover and some showers coming across the south end of the valley. We've been seeing also reports of rainbows all across eastern Idaho and western Wyoming with the mixing of the sun and the clouds and the showers. Lower 50s right now outside, wind south at 9 miles an hour. Now, if you're under a thundercloud, you're going to see some very gusty winds. If you're not under a thundercloud, you cannot see a lot of wind at the moment. We're going to see the off and on winds here with these passing thunder cells. So as we get in the upper valley, we're getting some light to moderate rain in around Madison County, pushing up into Teton County and Fremont County, getting into South Fremont County, especially over St. Anthony, and then also moving further north towards Ashton and Island Park. Idaho Falls, we're in a bit of a break right now, but there's more moisture coming up here from Blackfoot in the south. Pocatello, we're also looking at some good moisture coming over the foothills and mountains. There's quite a bit of action right now just to the west of American Falls and Aberdeen, this little strip of Power County there, getting right along I-86. We're getting a few thunderstorms at the moment. We're going to continue to see thunderstorms here for tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures into the 50s outside. It will warm by Wednesday. More on this in your full weather. Jay, over to you.
All right, thank you, Michael. The falls on the Idaho Falls Greenbelt will be disappearing during construction work. Idaho Falls power crews will shut down the falls while working on projects for the city hydropower plant. The work actually began today to repair the concrete drainage on the diversion dam. Work is expected to be completed on the drainage today. Then work crews will use the next 2 days to repair a retaining wall south of Broadway. And they will conduct routine maintenance on the generator plant. Traffic will be rerouted around the construction zone. The work will result in a 2-foot drop in the river, closing the pedestrian footbridge underneath Johns Hole Bridge at U.S. Highway 20. Are you ready for retirement? Well, it's a National Save for Retirement Week. The goal is to get Americans' retirement plans back on track. Local News 8's Natalie Shaver joins us live from the Idaho Falls newsroom. Now, Natalie, you don't have to be nearing retirement to start planning for it, do you?
Right, Jay. Most baby boomers and Gen Xers are thinking about retirement, but there's even things millennials can do to get ready. It's just a matter of knowing where you are in life and what your goals are.
Everybody in their 20s, you have so much time on your side that it's easy to put off. But in reality, the younger you are when you start saving, the better off you're going to be.
Saving and budgeting, the biggest things for millennials to start doing. Pay attention to your budget. Don't overexpose yourself to debt, and be careful with credit cards. If you have debt, have a good plan to get out of it. But don't sacrifice savings in an effort to pay off debt sooner.
Financial security is going to be based on good financial habits. And so if you're consistently spending less than you're bringing in, then you're already on the right track.
Other generations have to start thinking too.
The very first Generation X, people will start to retire the year that Social Security runs out of money.
Landon says not to worry. Gen Xers just need to approach retirement a little differently than those before them. For example, take advantage of employer plans. The 401k has replaced the pension plan. If you don't have one available, open a Roth IRA. Also, pay attention to your insurances. Think about rate changes. Maybe you can get a better rate now than you could 3 years ago. Of course, pay attention to debt. And we can't forget about the baby boomers.
It's the most critical for them because they're the closest to retirement.
Here's what to do. Evaluate your expenses and debt. Know exactly how much money you want and need to live the lifestyle you've been planning for retirement. Do an inventory. What accounts do you have? Consider consolidating those. Also, pay attention to risk. Make sure you have a plan if the market were to drop.
You'd hate to extend your retirement another 2 or 3 years out because of things that were outside your control.
No matter what generation you're a part of, Landon says now is a good time to clean out the financial junk drawer. The more active you are in the management of your accounts, the better off you'll be in the long run. Reporting live from the newsroom, I'm Natalie Shaver.
Well, thanks, Natalie. Now, Congress has recognized National Save for Retirement Week since 2006. Coming up on Local News 8, you've heard of crazy cat ladies, but what about a crazy bird lady? And First Alert's Michael Coates is in next with your detailed forecast. We'll be right back.
Carol Honus, Jay Hildebrand, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Michael Coates, and Jeff Landers with Sportsline. You're watching Local News 8 at 6. Local people, local news. Now, your First Alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Michael Coates.
A soggy start to the work week, but at least it's not snowing. Yeah, we're looking at mild temperatures still for this time of the year. A good storm is passing overhead here for tonight and tomorrow, with scattered showers to follow here for tonight. We're even going to be looking at a few thunderstorms with us here for the rest of the evening hours. Live look in Idaho Falls. We're in a bit of a clear right now. You can see some blue sky overhead, but some dark clouds off in the distance. We're not done yet. There's more stuff coming in here from the south. More wet weather on the move right now, just moving on our, I would say, just moving up to our front door. Lower 50s in Idaho Falls, winds out of the south-southeast at 10 miles an hour. And the temperatures, again, pretty mild for this time of the year with these scattered showers. But everybody's pretty much looking at consistent numbers with temperatures because it's just a big equalizer when you have moisture overhead. You have those scattered showers. You're not looking for much change from city to city. So let me take you right over to First Alert Viper radar. I'm lapsing it over the past couple of hours to show you the movement of these showers, and we're getting some good heavier showers right now right over the sand dunes in St. Anthony. A couple lightning strikes getting into Island Park at the moment with a weak little thunderstorm there, also moving through Madison County and eastern Bonneville County. Again, Idaho Falls, we're in a break right now, but Blackfoot, we have showers right overhead, and we're getting some good heavy rain in portions north of town in Blackfoot. Getting some good heavy rain also in the Caribou Highlands with a few lightning strikes. More moisture coming into Power County and also getting into southwestern Bingham County. I want to show you here, American Falls, you got a couple of good thunder cells just to the west of town, moving towards Aberdeen. Also been seeing a fairly strong thunder cell. Let me zoom it in here on live sweeping Viper radar to Preston, Idaho, and getting right over the Utah border. See all these blinking dots? Those are lightning strikes within the last 30 minutes. A very active thunderstorm right on top of Franklin County and Preston. What to expect here for tonight and tomorrow? Pretty much the same, but we're going to start to see things tapering off as this area of low pressure scoots off to the Rockies. We're going to work in high pressure, but right now we are in the heart of the storm with lows tonight falling back into the mid-40s. More off and on showers tonight, mainly cloudy, and the winds around 5 to 15. The winds aren't going to be horrible. Let's go to Vipercast. Let's walk through this together. I want to show you 10 o'clock tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy sky. Most of the wet weather by 10 o'clock tonight will be in central Idaho and out through Boise. Then we get into the overnight hours. Let's freeze it tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. As we're getting our day started, you're going to see mostly cloudy conditions to head out the front door. A little bit of some light rain to heavier rain as you head up to Island Park, but not a ton of moisture. Then as we get into Tuesday around lunchtime, freeze it at noon. A little bit of some light rain and snow getting into the Snake Highlands. A few spotty snow flurries, and we're talking above 8,000 feet. We're going way up into the mountains to get some snow, but this is still a very warm storm for October. As we head into Tuesday around supper time, we are going to be looking for a little bit of wet weather, but most of the stuff will be gone by tomorrow afternoon, and we're just going to be left with the cloud cover and a light breeze as we get through your Tuesday evening into Wednesday. Take a look at numbers here for tomorrow. We're going to be still a bit cool out there, just slightly better. 56 in Idaho Falls, 59 in Pocatello. We'll be slightly warmer tomorrow with a high of 60 in Chalice. We'll be also looking at those 50s around Rexburg up to Island Park. Lower 50s there, but the mid 50s in Rexburg and the lower 50s in Jackson Hole. 50s near 60 for Preston with the mid 50s in Soda. Here's the 8-day. Notice the temperatures here going into the lower 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. We have a cold front, a weak one. It's coming on a Friday. As we get closer to your weekend, here we go. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures upper 50s, lower 60s. Looking for temperatures to be actually fairly normal for this weekend. For once, a normal October weekend. Not a lot of rain, though, in the forecast once we get past tomorrow. Mid-60s on Wednesday for Pocatello, lower 60s on Friday. Pocatello, mid to lower 60s for your Saturday and Sunday. Rexburg temperatures here also relaxing for tomorrow, but we're going to be back into the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to see the cool conditions back on Friday as the temperatures also take a break for Friday with the cold front coming in. As we head into Blackfoot, you'll notice numbers here at 64 for Wednesday, 58 on Friday, and a high of 60 for Saturday. The weekend, it's going to be gorgeous. As we go into the higher elevations for central Idaho, Salmon, you could have a few spotty showers heading into Sunday of this weekend. I wouldn't cancel any plans right now because most of the rain will head into our region and hit us late into the weekend towards next week there for Sunday and Tuesday. Jackson Hole, the national parks, weak threats for showers on Thursday and Friday with this cold front coming through. And this is going to be in Island Park, Jackson, the national parks. You could see a little bit of moisture later this week, but not much.
Okay, what about Halloween? A little too far off tonight.
A little too far, but right now I think it's going to be a typical Halloween where it's going to be awfully cold as we're going to be walking around house to house with the kids. So I plan the costumes to wear a jacket or maybe some insulation.
Most likely we'll need that. Okay, thank you, Michael. Well, coming up next in this broadcast, pirates aren't the only people who own parrots.
Get First Alert weather anytime.